Hi guys! So this is the third episode in our 4-park series and we're going to be talking about Epcot.
So we're going to be doing the same thing that we've always been doing. We're going to be talking about the attractions first. So Mina, do you want to start with the attractions?
Yeah, so I actually have a lot of attractions that I really like to go on at Epcot. Rowan doesn't have as many, so just feel free to chime in when I'm explaining them.
I'm sorry guys, Epcot is my least favorite after Animal Kingdom.
Oh my god, seriously? I think it's my second favorite after Magic Kingdom.
No.
There's a lot to do in Epcot. One of the rides that I just went on this past May when I went with my sister is called Ellen's Energy Adventure, and I know that sounds so like stupid and lame, but it's actually really cool. It's located in the Future World section at Epcot. It's Future World East, so there's like an east and a west of Future World, and this is basically like a really slow-moving ride that takes you through time and space, that's what they call it, and you just sit in like a long like car, sort of like the Great Movie Ride, and they take you through like the dinosaur age, and they take you through like the comets and the meteor thing that happens.
I've never heard of this ride.
It's really cool.
Is it new?
No, it's really old. Like a lot of people actually complain that it needs like updating. So Ellen DeGeneres actually narrates it, and there's like a little video in the beginning of the ride, and she's sort of explaining what the ride's going to be about, which, as I mentioned before, is sort of like a time and space. It's like an educational ride, but it's really cool. It's really long though. It's 45 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, so when we first got there, the people were actually like, oh, if you guys don't want to spend 45 minutes on this ride, then I would like leave now.
Wow.
It's a 45 minutes.
So people have to be warned.
Yeah, you have to be warned to go on it. But it's really cool and it's fun and it's just really relaxing. So I like it.
So the next ride I'm going to talk about is in the C section of Epcot.
Yeah, I mean, it's still considered Future World. I believe it's the opposite side though, so Future World East, but it's the C's.
Okay, the C's, yeah. So it's in that section of Epcot. It's called Turtle Talk with Crush. You walk in, it's actually an aquarium, so before you get into the seating area, you can look at the fish around you, and like the wait time isn't too bad. You're just waiting in like waiting area, I don't know, you're standing and you're looking at the fish. And then they tell you to go inside a room, so there's like a screen that looks like you're looking into the ocean.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, and then the kids will be seated in front of it, and then the adults can sit in the back. Crush will come out, and like it's really, really funny and hysterical. Like I was laughing the entire time, the way he speaks to the kids and how he's interacting with them.
Is it a long show or is it like short?
I think it's about 20 to 25 minutes.
That's not bad.
Yeah, so if you're in the C's and you want to laugh, go to Turtle Talk with Crush.
It actually sounds really fun. I've never been.
It kind of reminds me of the Monsters Inc. laugh floor in Magic Kingdom. Are you serious?
There, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I like rides.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the next ride that I want to talk about is Mission Space, which is also located in Future World. So Mission Space is located right next to Ellen's Energy Adventure. It's a training camp for astronauts, and it's a motion simulator ride where it feels like you're taking off and going off into space. They have two options. You can either do the really intense version, which is like the orange line, or you can do the more tame version, which is what I've done, the green line. But it's actually pretty, for tame, it's pretty intense. Like you can feel like the pressure, like when you're taking off, you can feel it in your chest, and it's like, oh my god, what's happening? When I went recently, the two girls that were in my group left me and my sister. They're like, we don't want to go on it anymore.
Oh my god.
And I was like freaking out. I was like, oh my god, like why? Like I've been on the ride before, but I forgot like how intense it would be.
Yeah.
So I was starting to freak out, and I was like, I don't know if I want to go on this, but I remained on and I stuck through it, and it's really fun though. So like if you're into that kind of like space intense kind of motion simulator ride, I would definitely recommend it. Rowan hates space.
No, anything to do with space.
Yeah.
And like just the feeling of actually going up into space, like are you kidding me?
Yeah.
No.
It's a little bit more closed in, so if you're claustrophobic, I don't know if this would be the ride for you.
Oh, wow.
Because the screen is like right in front of your face and you're just like sitting there.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. But it's really fun. It's really cool, so.
She's basically talking about like the intense rides, and I'm gonna be talking about like the tamer ones. This is in the land section of Epcot. It's called Living with the Lands, and to be honest with you, when I first saw like this ride, I was like, what the heck is this? Like, why are people actually waiting in line to go on this? So we were like, you know what, let's just go on there. And there was no wait whatsoever, so we go on in. It's like a boat ride. I was surprised at how like
good it was.
Yeah, like it was really fun and it's very informative. So you're basically on a boat and you're going behind the scenes and looking at where the food in, not Disney World, but Epcot, the restaurants of Epcot are being produced. So you're looking at the agriculture. Also like behind the scenes of the costume, the factories that they make the costumes in. That was like one portion of it, but mostly you're looking at the agriculture and the food.
And the plants, right?
Yeah, that's being grown where the chefs at the restaurants in Epcot are actually using them.
There are a lot of rides that are actually really educational at Epcot.
Yeah.
So I think this is like the learning part.
It is the learning part of Epcot.
So the next ride that I want to mention to you guys is Test Track, which again is located in Future World and it's right by Mission Space and Ellen's Energy Adventure. So Test Track is fairly new. It's sort of like you are creating your own car and testing to see how well it does on a test track. So it starts off with the queue line where you actually design your car and you can pick like what kind of wheels, what kind of like body of the car you want, how much speed you want to give it. So it's really cool and it's really interactive, which I really like. And then when you're in the ride, you're sitting in a car and at first it starts off indoors and it sort of reminds me of, have you ever seen the movie Tron?
Yeah.
Okay, so like the lasers and like the lights, like that's what it looks like when you're driving around and it like stops short and there are like some little drops and it's really cool. It goes kind of fast. And then the doors open up and then you go outside on a test track at 65 miles per hour, just like spinning in the car. My hair was like blown back and I was like, oh my god. But it is so much fun. It is so thrilling. It is so like exhilarating. So if you're really into that kind of ride, I would definitely check out Test Track. The line is usually super long. We had a fast pass, but we missed it.
Okay.
So we had to wait online for the standby, and I think it was about an hour and a half to 2 hours, but it was definitely worth the wait.
So the next ride I'm going to talk about is also in the sea portion of Epcot. It's called The Seas with Nemo and Friends, and I think a lot of you guys know what this ride is. It goes through the events in the movie, and it's really, really cute. You're sitting in like a shell, and what I like about this ride is that it's constantly moving, so there isn't a long wait. And if there is a wait, it could be like maybe 10 minutes
15,
the most.
Yeah,
like it's not too much of a wait.
So the next ride that we want to talk about is located also in Future World, and this is in the land portion, and that is Soarin'. She's been on it too, so she can definitely chime in this time. Soarin' is one of my absolute favorite rides. I don't know why. It is just so relaxing and it is just so beautiful. So you're sitting in a hang glider and there's like an IMAX like projection screen under you and it feels as though you're flying
it feels like you're flying.
Well, the old one was California, so like certain areas in California now they have the around the world. But it is just so peaceful, and I don't know, I'm telling you, like the freaking music is like it's so beautiful.
And the scents, like
the scents. They spray like an orange scent when you're over like an orange grove, and it's just, oh my god, it's just so beautiful. The first time I went on Soarin', I was on the highest level, and it was like amazing because you didn't get the dangling.
Yeah, I've never been at the top. But honestly, so like I see people's feet, and
it's really like, not that bad. It's not like it obstructs your vision of
it doesn't, but like I would like to be at the top.
But I don't know, the first time I rode it and I was on the highest level, it was kind of like I was nervous because like you just go up and then you just see like land under you and you're like, damn, is this real? But it's not, obviously.
Soarin' is really long if you don't have a fast pass. I remember I didn't have a fast pass once and I was waiting for like 2 hours to get on.
Oh my god, but it's worth the wait.
It is worth the wait, it is. Yeah, definitely go on that one.
So worth it.
Make it a must on your to-do list when you're at Epcot.
Yes. So the next ride that I want to talk to you guys about is Spaceship Earth, and that is the iconic it makes sense, but the giant like globe that you see when you first walk into the entrance. It is also located in Future World. Like I hadn't gone on Spaceship Earth the first 2 times I went to Disney, but I was like, I really need to go on this because it's like an icon. It's a really slow moving ride. It's also one of those that just keep moving, so the line isn't that bad. And you just sit through like they have like scenes, like animatronic scenes, and they explain like the history of communication, and it starts from like the cave paintings all the way until like modern internet, which is really interesting. It's narrated by Judi Dench and her voice is so soothing. It's pretty long, like it takes you up all throughout the whole globe and then back down.
Is that why it's such like everyone wants to go on it?
I mean, I feel like nobody wants to go on it.
Really? Because usually the lines are so long when I go like past
No,
it.
I mean the first time we went we had a fast pass, and then the second time I went by myself, I was like, I have the fast pass, and they're like, just go on. I was like, okay. But it's really nice. It's another one of those rides that to get away from the sun.
And it's educational.
It's educational again. I don't know why I like these educational rides.
They're just so relaxing.
They really are.
They soothe you.
They do. So the last ride that I want to mention is not located in Future World. It is actually located in the World Showcase, and it is in the Mexican Pavilion. It's called the Grand Fiesta Tour, and nobody knows about this ride. I feel like it's very underrated, but if you go into the Mayan temple at the Mexican Pavilion, the inside of the Mayan temple is beautiful in itself. It seems like you're in like a nighttime like market. Have you been inside?
No, I haven't, because it's always so crowded.
It feels like you're actually like in a Mexican like market. Not that I've been to Mexico, but like a Mexican market at night, and they have like the giant like, I feel like it's called Chichen Itza. To the side, they have like a really small boat ride called the Grand Fiesta Tour. It's really short, maybe like 5-7 minutes, and you just ride around. You pass the restaurant that's inside the pavilion called the San Angel Inn restaurant. So you can actually see people like dining while you're on the boat. They're like sitting there, and then you're going past it. And then there are like some screens, and it shows like Donald Duck and like the three, like, I don't know what they're called.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie?
No, they're like these like Mexican
birds?
Yes. I think it's like the three caballeros.
Caballeros, I don't know.
Caballeros.
Caballeros,
I think it's three caballeros, yeah. So they're like singing and dancing, and there's some like animatronics, and then the screen. So it's really cute, and it's really fun. And again, it's also very relaxing, and nobody goes on it, so you might as well just give it a go.
So now we're gonna talk about the restaurant?
Yes.
Okay, first one I'm gonna talk about is Akershus Royal Banquet Hall. It's located in Norway. So before you get to your table, you do a character meet and greet with Belle. I met her in her yellow dress, and because we went during Christmas time, she was in her like Christmas attire. You get to sign your book, you get to interact with her, and then they take a photo of you, and there's actually a photo keepsake that they bring to your table while you're dining. And then you get to eat different kinds of food. So for the appetizers, you actually get to go to the there's like a buffet, and you get to sample different kinds of foods. The actual meal, it is sit down, and they give you your waiter gives you a menu, and you order whatever food you want. The food is yeah, it's decent. It's not like amazing food where like you're missing out if you don't go to this restaurant.
I'm surprised though, because you put it in your top 5.
I did, but that's because while you're eating, the Disney princesses come to your table, and like, you know, you talk to them, you take pictures with them, they sign your book. So you get to meet Snow White, Aurora, Mulan.
Mulan? Okay.
Yeah, Mulan came by.
That's rare.
I know. I guess they changed them. And Ariel. Sometimes Jasmine is there, but again, it depends on when you're going or what season it is. It's a good experience. Like, if you're not going to be going to Cinderella's castle where you meet the other Disney princesses, then you should go to Akershus, because you can meet the princesses there, and the food is decent. It's just American cuisine, so there's seafood, there's steak, there's chicken, like there's, yeah, steak is really good. There's a lot, and there's also Norwegian-based food, so you get to try different things if you want to.
And this counts as one sit down?
Yes. Okay. So that's why it's great, because it's a one sit down meal. It's not two, which is like Cinderella's castle.
So the restaurant that I want to talk to you guys about is Coral Reef, and this is located in the Future World section in the Seas, right next to the Nemo ride. Yeah. Coral Reef is amazing. I think it's just the atmosphere alone that is just beautiful. Yeah. It's designed to look like you're in an aquarium. They have like a giant fish tank with different species of fish, shark. There's even like a turtle and some stingrays in there. So while you're eating, you get to see the fish and the sea aquatic life, I don't know, swim by you while you're eating.
Have you ever gotten a table right next to the fish tank? No, me neither.
I haven't. And then also at the end of the night, when people start like leaving, you can definitely go up to the fish tank and look inside it. I mean, it gets pretty like vacant by the end of the night.
The service is amazing in that restaurant. When I went for my honeymoon with my husband, they were just so, like, the service was great. On the dessert, they write like congratulations.
But it's a really great experience. They have really good food.
Steak.
The steak is the best at Coral Reef. Oh my god, just so juicy and so flavorful, and the mashed potatoes, oh my god.
So I went to Chefs de France, which is in the France Pavilion.
Yeah.
Food was really good. I got the chicken Like it was like a
I got the chicken. Like, why'd you sing it?
because it's just that good. And the chicken was like huge. Like it was like an actual
Like a full chicken?
I think it was a full chicken,
my
or at least half a chicken.
It's probably half a chicken.
Yeah, and they give you like broccoli and mashed potatoes, but it was really good. I loved it. So the service was great. The waiters are actually people from France, so that's always cool.
I think in every like World Showcase pavilion they have cast members from those
the actual place.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still do this, but before they used to bring out Remy from
from what is that movie called? The rat movie.
Ratatouille.
Yes.
Yeah, so they took out Remy sometimes and he would like walk around and like you could like take pictures of him. No, not an actual rat. Like he's an animatronic.
I know, but like he was like little. He wasn't like in a costume.
No. He was like he like the waiter would like open.
Oh, that's so cool.
What is that called? The serving like platter. I don't know if they still do it though. So if you have been to Chefs de France like recently and they still have that, please let us know.
There are a lot of quick service options in the World Showcase. I think every country actually has like a quick service option. I've only been to the one in Japan because I really like Japanese food. It's called Ketsura Grill and they serve like teriyaki and some sushi options, and it's actually right in like the Japanese gardens, so if you're sitting you can see them like outside the window, or you can actually sit outside, but if it's really hot I would just recommend sitting on the inside.
Yeah.
The food is pretty good. I got the chicken and shrimp teriyaki, but it's pretty good. They have a lot of options if you're looking to try like different worldly ethnic foods. You can go to any of the countries in the World Showcase.
Do you prefer the World Showcase or the other sections of Epcot?
I'm gonna get like beaten up for this, but I actually prefer the Future World portion. I mean, I really like World Showcase. I think it's beautiful and it's nice to walk around there, but for me, since I like rides and most of the rides are in the Future World section, I prefer that part. What about you? You seem so mad.
I'm sorry.
Epcot.
No, I don't hate Epcot.
Hater.
Honestly, I think I would like the World Showcase better because you get to walk around, and that's where like most of the character meet and greets are, which is the next thing we're going to talk about.